This was the entire idea of why Yosef had to break them and make him go through this process, because he wanted to achieve this point where they can come together and be one. So he achieves the same level of like what the Kohen Gadol does when he enters the Kodesh HaKodashim, and just like what a normal Jew can do when he does Tfilat Shmoneh Esrei and the Olam HaAtzilut. And that was going to give Am Yisrael the strength to carry upon themselves the bitter galut of Mitzrayim, right? And to sustain it, so to speak. And the Torah wants to show us, just like we said in B'divrei Shmuel earlier, and B'Torah Tavot earlier, that when a Jew wants to come together and be one with Hashem Yitbarach, he needs to do what? To have all leave him. When I say kol ish me'alai, meaning shelo tiyeh bo shum yeshut, that he becomes, that he kind of nullifies himself. But there's nothing, he's not made of anything. He's not full of himself. He's not full of anything else. He's not full of any other thoughts. He becomes a vessel to Hashem. And when he does that, when specifically when you do that at Tfilat Shmoneh Esrei, and specifically b'Shabbat Kodesh, why? Because Shabbat Kodesh is what Hashem says, Asher oti beni uven bnei Israel. That the Shabbat symbolizes what? The marriage of Hashem and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So it says that at Shabbat, everything you do is 1,000 times greater than what you do in a normal week. Wow. So at the very least, that's what we should strive for, is at least at Shabbat. The Shabbat is also what? It's the shortest tefillah. There's only Sheva brachot sham. It's not even Tfilat Shmoneh Esrei, really. It's Amidah, but it's not, you don't have the full 18 brachot. You have, I think, 7, if I'm not mistaken. That is the entire avodah. Otziu kol ish me'alai. That you get rid of all of these externalities that are creating what? Basically a separation between you and Hashem. You have these masachim, these screens. We talked about it. If I have 1,000 screens, I don't see any light. But who's wrong? Is there a light or there's no light? There's light. Who's not seeing the light? Am I not seeing the light because it's not there? Or I'm not seeing the light because I created these screens? Not seeing the light because of the screens. Light's always there. So who needs to do something about it? You. You get the screens out. Get the screens out, you get the light. So get the screens out. Right? That's why Hashem says, Hotziu kol ish me'alai. The literal translation is upon me or from me. So you got to break those klipot. And the Torah says that you could not have this unification unless you cancel yourself to a point that you are zero. What did Moshe Rabbeinu and Aharon said when Korach came? Remember Korach challenged them? Moshe and Aharon says, V'nachnu ma. And we are, what are we? We're nothing. They canceled themselves. And how does Hashem refer to Moshe? Keish anav. Eved Hashem. Eved. It's not a coincidence. Notice what Yosef tried them to be. To be what? Slaves. Because a slave has nothing. No existence of himself. A slave has to do whatever is being told to do. He's got no rights, no opinion, or nothing. Nobody cares about the slave. But see, if you are a slave to just a regular master, okay, then I feel sorry for you. But if you are a slave to Hashem, that's the best that it can get. That's why Hashem calls Moshe Eved Hashem. That if you bring yourself to a bechina shel avdut, bechina shel eved, bechina shel nothingness, that you cancel yourself, not just to Hashem, but also to a group of Jews together, that you understand. So that's why when you come to a minyan, what do you basically say? I'm nothing, but together with these Jews, we are something. By myself, I'm nothing. I come here because I'm nothing, but all these nothings together, they make something. And that's where we should strive to be, is to have that in mind all the time, that, we are nothing. So we can achieve also this yichud. And when we're able to do that, we're able to lidabek b'Hashem. Because, think about it. If you're nothing, it's like if you look at the ocean, Havdil. You see these big fishes, sometimes you have these little fishes that stick to their, to their neck or whatever. Mm-hmm. And the fish, and they eat the scrapes. So they basically what? They cancel themselves to be part of like this fish. Havdil, Hashem is not a fish. But if we do this analogy, if we make ourselves nothing, we can coexist in everything. That's the only way you can lead the Bek B'Hashem. Because if you are something, you think you are something, what Hashem says?
You can't use you.
I can't use you. I can't fill you. You're full of yourself. You're full. You got to empty so you could receive. But really, when you receive, you don't stay empty. You stay full, because it's a spiritual filling. See, the world is a contained world. There's a gvul. There is a barrier. There's a border. This book has borders. That's it. Money has limit. Gold has limit. Beauty has limit. Life has limit. This life is limited. So even if you have all of it, you don't feel fulfilled because it's limited. At the end of the day, it's still limited. But spirituality, or Hashem, or your neshama, is unlimited. So if you remove that, and you'll open up the ability to fill yourself with infinite light, you could achieve it. Yosef was able to achieve it with the brothers, to create an antidote for the 200-something years they're going to be slaves. We are also somewhat slaves. We're slaves in the modern world, which is we're slaves to whatever the media makes us think that we want. More money, more cars, more homes, more of this, more of this, more of that, more of this. And when we try to pursue those things and we capture them, you'll notice that there's a lot of rich people that commit suicide. Famous people, they have everything. They have the money, the fame, the women, the cars, the homes, whatever. They still kill themselves, right? There's many examples of these people. Robin Williams and this other guy who played in, was it Batman? I forget what his name is, and he overdosed. And there's all sorts of people like that. Heath Ledger, right? These guys had everything. They got money, they got fame, they're on the cover of magazines, the girls want them, whatever, right? Seemingly they have the life. But they're not happy. You know why? Because they didn't know the secret of physical has limits. So you reach the maximum, what now? Right? A lot of people that die from overdose, they die because of what? They take a hit, okay. Then after a while they need 2, then 3, and then 4. And because their brain or their body doesn't feel it. But see, at some point, your body collapses because drugs are what? They're poison. So once you get over a certain whatever dosage, you just die. So the same thing here. You don't have to die from drug overdose, but also if you OD on the physicality of life, you will die. Whether you'll die physically or spiritually, but you'll die. Because there's nothing more than that. And you realize, oh, that's all there is? And then you lose interest in life. That's why you see in America the highest number of people on antidepressants. But if, on the other hand, if you understand that if you want infinity, limitless, right? Then that's spirituality. That's Hashem. And the source of infinity is Hashem. He's infinite. Ha'en Sof, we call him, how do we call Hashem when the Kabbalah call him? Ha'en Sof Baruch Hu. Infinite. That's not his being, by the way. That's just what we can understand in our limited brain. That's what we call him, the En Sof. So once you know that, then you can achieve a life that is not going to be, you're not going to be, not only be happy and fulfilled in this world, but also in the world to come. But in order for you to do that, you have to do what first is do the cancellation element, Otziu kol ish me'alai, and focus on Be'ezrat Hashem. We do all that, and we continue with the light of the Chanukah we talked about last week. This is the light. Even though the Chanukiah is not lit anymore, although I see some, it's a fake one over there. Yeah. We still have to carry that light within us, and always know what's in front of us, what's at stake, and we'll be able to, Be'ezrat Hashem, achieve that. Shavua Tov.